Hey there, this is episode 32 of the BalancedFi podcast. Frugal, not cheap. 6 things you shouldn't skimp on. Welcome to the BalancedFi podcast, where we talk about balancing intentional debt payoff, saving money, and actually living your life. I'm your host, RaLea, small business owner, wife, girl mom, nonprofit co-founder, and money nerd. This is an audio version of the BalancedFi blog because I know how hard it is to find time to sit down and read literally anything. Instead, you can get quick bits of money knowledge on the go. I want to help you learn to control your money instead of letting your money control you. Let's get started. Part of being wise with your money is finding a balance between frugality and cheapness. Those are not the same things. There are some things you shouldn't skimp on just to save money for your own health and safety, and so that's what we're talking about today. Number 1, safety things. I've got 3 different areas I'm going to touch on for this category. First up, protective gear for sports. So you can pick and choose here. Your 6-year-old playing touch football doesn't need top-of-the-line padded gear. But your 16-year-old playing competitive hockey does need high-quality pads for safety. Don't skimp on your kids' bike helmets or any helmets, since head injuries can be so serious. And on that subject, make sure you enforce the helmet wearing rule in your household too. So even if your kids are just riding bikes in the neighborhood, you want to make sure that they're safe. Granted, my 2-year-old is a rule follower, but she won't even touch her balance bike without her quote-unquote pink hat on. She got a scooter for Christmas too, which included a unicorn helmet also. And she knows to bring me the helmet to put on before she even gets on the scooter. And that's a really important rule to follow. Next up, home security. There is a huge difference between getting a deal on a home security system and buying a subpar system. I, of course, always encourage shopping during sales, but you need to make sure to buy a reputable system and do some research on the setup that you're considering before you buy it. Black Friday to Cyber Monday in November seems like a good time to buy electronics, including doorbell cameras and home security systems. My family, this is not a sponsored ad, but we have a Ring system and we've been really happy with it. It was super easy to install and we bought it through Costco when it was on sale, so it was pretty reasonably priced. Third, vehicles. When purchasing a new-to-you vehicle, I've never purchased a brand new vehicle. I only know about used vehicles. But it's important to always look at the safety features of that specific type of car. In addition to the general safety of the make and model, make sure that you check the history of that specific vehicle and check for recalls. You can use the vehicle identification number, or the VIN, to search for recalls, history, and incidents through a website called Vehicle History. And there are links in the show notes to these different websites. To look specifically for recalls, use the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration website. And theft and salvage records are reported through the National Insurance Crime Bureau. So you obviously don't want to buy a stolen vehicle, but it's important to know that the vehicle wasn't previously salvaged, which means that it was paid out by insurance as basically worthless. That's not always necessarily a bad thing when it comes to the usability of the car, but you should know all the facts. So I have a 2002 Pontiac Grand Am that I purchased right out of high school. It was basically my graduation present to myself because I got a scholarship. So we are still driving that. That's basically my husband's beater car that he drives to work. But in 2010, right before we got married, we had a big hailstorm where we live, and the Grand Am sustained a lot of damage. We were able to total it or salvage it through our insurance. We got paid out for the value of the car and put that money towards our wedding expenses. But the car still runs. It's obviously not in great condition because it's getting older, but it runs well enough and it works for getting him to and from work. So even though it is a salvaged vehicle, it's still operable and safe. It's not always bad. Just make sure you know what you're getting into. Next up on this list of 6 things you shouldn't skimp on is baby safety things. Safety regulations for baby equipment does change pretty frequently. So you need to make sure your gear is still considered safe if you are reusing older gear. If it's not safe or it has been recalled, purchase a replacement as soon as possible, even if this isn't the cheapest option. Baby gear is not an area to skimp on. There are other ways to save money on babies. One area to look at is sleeping and sitting devices. Standards can change pretty dramatically, even between siblings. So my 6-year-old slept in a rock and play exclusively for months. It was the only way she would sleep, and the fact that it was portable was so convenient. It was a lifesaver. And by the time my second daughter was born 3 years and 9 months later, rock and plays were being recalled and called unsafe. I had to scramble to find a replacement sleep solution for those pre-crib nights with a newborn, and she still doesn't sleep nearly as well as my older daughter. I'm not bitter because obviously she's alive and safe, but there may be a correlation there. Rather than buying an older crib and saving money, I advise purchasing a new crib that meets current safety standards. Like, you can save money buying used clothes or the little mats that babies play on. Buy things like that used. Don't buy a used crib. My parents actually saved the crib that my siblings and I used, but it is a drop side design that's no longer considered safe. So I wouldn't buy something like that, obviously. You're probably safe to reuse a crib between siblings, assuming they're fairly close in age, but you should look for recalls on that specific model before you reuse it. Next up is car seats. Never buy a used car seat. Any car seat that has been in a car accident, even a minor fender bender, should be replaced because its structural integrity could have been compromised. Now, your auto insurance should replace a damaged car seat, so it's worth the effort to submit a claim and get a replacement. You can't count on everyone else to be ethical, though. It would be easy to resell that potentially damaged seat without disclosing its true history. It could still look good, and obviously a kid can still sit in it, but it might not be safe in an accident. Unfortunately, the child sitting in that used car seat could be at risk during an accident later on. To keep your little one safest, you should always purchase a new car seat. If you are struggling to afford a new car seat as your child grows, remember that Target and Walmart both offer a car seat trade-in program a few times a year. You can trade in an old car seat and receive a coupon toward the purchase of a new car seat or other gear if you don't need another car seat. Number 3 is shoes. And now this is luckily a cheaper area not to skimp on. How many hours a day do you spend on your feet? Depending on your job, it could be a lot. My husband is a manager in a retail store, so he literally could stand for 10 to 12 hours a day. And a lot of that is walking long distances across a huge concrete warehouse. We spend more on his shoes and inserts to make sure that he is comfortable. And now for me, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and so I am always getting up and down. When you're putting that kind of stress on your body, it's important to have a good foundation. In my own life, I have noticed that I experience much less knee and hip pain when I'm consistently wearing high-quality cushioned shoes. Just remember that even good shoes do wear out over time, so you should replace your everyday shoes before they wear out or get holes. Like as soon as you start basically noticing a return of joint pain, I would get new shoes. I like to watch Zulily and 6pm.com for deals on my favorite brands, and then purchase shoes that I know are comfortable and supportive, even though I'm buying them online. After trying on various brands in a local store, I tend to stick to a few favorites and purchase them online for less. This episode is brought to you by the Money Makeover Challenge. This is the newest free money challenge from BalancedFi. Each month, you can download a calendar with one money saving step each day. They're little things that can turn into habits to make over your money long term. Even if you don't implement every tip, just focusing on your spending will slowly start to make over your money mindset. You can't make big changes until you're aware that there's a problem. The Money Makeover Challenge is the best way to trigger that change. Free, convenient, easy. Go to balancedfi.com/money makeover challenge to download your calendar today. Number 4 on the list of things that you shouldn't skimp on is anything sleep related. Can you tell I'm the mom of 2 young children? Can you tell that my husband is working overnight shifts right now? In my household, at this time, sleep is everything, and we do not skimp on these things. One area to consider is your mattress. So if you sleep 8 hours a night, you're lucky, but you will spend over 2,900 hours in bed each year. Even as the parent of a young child, sleeping much less than that, having a good mattress is crucial to comfort during waking and sleeping hours. A good quality mattress can be expensive, but if you average that purchase out over all the hours that you will spend sleeping, the nightly cost is pretty reasonable. The benefits of a good mattress, on the other hand, cannot be measured. As someone who deals with arthritis and inflammation-related pain on a daily basis, anything that helps me feel better is a worthy investment. During my last pregnancy, when pain kept me awake most nights, we invested in a Tempur-Pedic mattress topper too, and that helped a lot. We couldn't afford a whole new mattress, but that topper made a huge difference in my comfort level, and my husband even admitted it was a good investment after just a few nights. Don't skimp on other sleep aids, though. Whether it's blackout curtains, white noise machines, fans, eye masks, cooling sheets, whatever helps you sleep well is worth the investment. The Hush portable white noise sound machine has been a lifesaver on road trips with our girls, and when we're at home, it lives in the master bedroom, proving that it's both versatile and long-lasting. And for the last year, we have been sleeping on Cozy House sheets, and they are seriously the best. This isn't an ad. We're not sponsored by them, but I wish we were. They have deep pockets, and they fit over our mattress and the Tempur-Pedic topper. And they have elastic straps to keep the sheets on the mattress for restless sleepers. And the sheets are smooth and cooling. They also have a lifetime warranty, which was the main reason that I decided to try out this specific brand. My sister swears by her Bose noise-canceling headphones for a quiet sleep. I think they look uncomfortable as heck for sleeping, but I also discovered that Bose makes sleep buds too, so they actually go in your ear and they're not big old headphones. I haven't tried them myself, but they look promising for comfort and noise cancellation. And if you want more sleep tips, make sure to check out 6 easy self-care ideas for busy people. It'll be linked in the show notes. Number 5, dog food. For whatever reason, there are always stories about questionable dog food ingredients. What about cat food? You never hear about cat food. But I care about my pets too much to cheap out completely on their food. One of our dogs has an inconvenient grain allergy too. We first tried crazy expensive brands like Blue Buffalo Wilderness and Authority. Then we were lucky to discover that Nature's Domain salmon dog food from Kirkland Signature, it's the Costco brand, really helped her feel better. When we talked to a local vet, we were reassured that the ingredients in this dog food were as good as those more expensive brands and definitely safe to feed. Even if you find a brand of dog food without harmful ingredients, you need to ensure that it contains proper nutrition. And this is especially important as your pet ages, so you should work with your vet to find a brand that is both safe and healthy. And number 6, insurance. If you've listened to any of my other episodes or read my blog, you know I love insurance. Renters or homeowners insurance, auto insurance, health insurance, dental insurance, vision insurance, life insurance. There are so many types of insurance that you need to purchase for peace of mind. You shouldn't skimp on necessary insurance, but what is necessary really depends on your situation. The cheapest policy you find might have less than stellar benefits, and so you need to analyze the costs and benefits of the policies you are considering. When it comes to homeowners insurance, make sure to purchase a policy that covers 125% of the replacement cost. Now, this would help pay for the demolition and debris removal if something catastrophic happened to your house. In my Frugal Year Challenge, and there's a link in the show notes, I go into more details on how to save on insurance while still getting good coverage. Although the course is free right now, the price will increase sometime in 2020. It focuses on 12 different areas of frugality, allowing you a whole month to focus on making changes in one area of your life before you move on. To recap, buying the cheapest option isn't always the best choice. Even when you're living frugally or paying off debt, sometimes you should pay a little bit more to get a more reliable, safe, or effective product. The 6 things you shouldn't skimp on are safety things, baby safety things, shoes, anything sleep related, dog food, and insurance. What should you do next? Think about what you personally don't skimp on. I bet there are things you spend more on for safety, even if you don't realize it. Tag me on Instagram at BalancedFi with your favorite splurge. Thank you for listening to this episode. If you enjoy the BalancedFi podcast, I'd be so grateful if you left us a review on iTunes or told a friend. As always, you can head to balancedfi.com to connect with me and stay in touch. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter at BalancedFi. Until next time, stay intentional and look for balance.